Here it is. Welcome to our top 5 things we're looking forward to in the year 2026, a Warnock Odyssey.
Let's get into that.
Hey, everybody. I'm Nathan Warnock.
I'm Andrea Warnock, and you've joined us for the Marriage by Design podcast, a time where we talk to you about God's design for marriage, what the Bible has to say about that, and how we live that out practically. And this time, we're doing none of that. No, we're talking about our top 5 things that we're looking forward to in 2026. So we don't know each other's lists. We learn it as we're talking about it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what your top 5 is.
That's right. There is a reason why we do this. We've talked about this before on this podcast. Andrea and I don't do resolutions for New Year's. We don't really do, we'll talk, we'll have some professional. We'll have like some formal conversation about like, hey, what are some things you'd like to accomplish this year? Like with our family or personally or professionally or whatever. But it's not like my New Year's resolution is to...
Yeah,
whatever.
We sit down. We don't do this every year, but we do sit down and talk about what are our 1 year, 5 year, 10-year goals. And then we like to sit down and talk about like, what are we doing this year to get closer to those? And so, yeah, we don't do resolutions, but we do things like, what do we feel like the Lord is talking, really working in us right now? What are we doing to move closer to our goals? Those kinds of things.
Or like, what things do we want to focus on with the kids? Like this year, what would the thing we want to focus on the kids be, babe?
Oh, the poop talk. I want that to end. Our boys. So we have 3 boys that are right together. So
3, 5, and 8.
Yeah. And they just are constantly talking about poop and farts, and I'm so tired of it. So we are cracking down on the poop talk.
That's right. So those are the kinds of things we're doing. But one thing we do want to make a priority, and it's why we put this top 5 together, it should be a priority for all of us to consider the things that we have. That's the looking back. And consider the things we're looking forward to in the future. I think it's fun and exciting and good to think about, man, here's the things that I'm looking forward to this year. And for Andrea and I, it's a great way of sort of getting a feel for where your headspace is as we move into a new year. Like, what are you thinking about in this coming year? And so that is something, just a little tip for you and your relationship. Sit down and ask. It doesn't have to be at the new year, but just ask. Maybe that needs to be a monthly flow in your relationship. Like, hey, what's something you're looking forward to this month? You're going to learn a lot about the person that you're with by just asking that question, of course, then giving them time to answer it thoughtfully. And that's what we're doing today. Andrew's right. I have no idea what the 5 things on her list are. She doesn't know what the 5 things on my list are. I even put a honorable mention
Great.
on my list. So we're just going to go back and forth. And I usually let Andrea go first. We're going to start at 5. We're going to roll down to 1. And then we'll give the honorable mention at the end. Our daughter, Ryan, counts us down, which she's going to do right now.
Number 5.
Okay, I will say this list was hard for me to come up with because I'm not really a look forward to type person. Not because I'm like a negative Nancy or whatever, but because I really like to live in the moment. And and so I'm not really one to try to rush life along. Life goes fast as it is. So to like look forward, yeah, there are things I'm looking forward to, right? But but I don't really think a lot about that because I just want to live where I'm at.
Man, it'd be
So-
really horrible if you married someone that likes to live like a really structured, planned out life.
Yeah. Nathan has helped me to become, I do really like the structure that we've created and that we keep creating. But the thought of that at first, when he first was like, I think we really need to have more structure in our lives, it made me cry. But
That's a real story. That's
Yes.
not made up.
yes, but you know, when you have a big family and you get to be more of an adult, you just realize you need more structure in your life anyway. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's part of it.
okay.
All right.
So-
Number 5.
This is my number 5 because I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also not looking forward to it. And that's our oldest son, our oldest child turning 16. So I'm excited for him because I remember how fun that was to have so much freedom and responsibility. I'm nervous about the realities of him driving, you know, because 16-year-olds are not the best drivers, but it also means, gosh, he's 16 and he doesn't have very many more years left in our house and all the things that go along with that, especially for somebody who likes to live in the moment and slow time down. So it's my number 5.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled for him. I'm excited that it'll maybe take some off of our plates to have him driving, and for the excitement for him. But there's a lot of sad things that go along with that too. But that is an exciting thing about this year.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that. I was curious when we put these lists together how many crossovers we would have, but maybe less
none.
than
That'd
I
be fun.
thought.
Yep. What's your number 5?
My number 5. Now, someone is going to put a comment to this video that I'm being self-congratulatory here, and I probably am.
That's
in
okay.
a
Do
little
it.
bit. But this last year, we went from about 500 subscribers to this podcast to almost
I
8,500
can't believe that.
subscribers to this podcast. And I'm more than happy to say that because we've said from the very beginning of this podcast, Lord, not us, but you, be magnified in this podcast. And that's just YouTube followers, right? I mean, forgetting all the other folks that listen to this podcast in audio form only or through our website. And we've continued to get amazing feedback from people that the Lord found this, directed this podcast right to them at just the moment that they needed the encouragement, the exhortation, whatever it is. And so I say I'm excited to see the continued growth of this because I really genuinely...
Yeah, I think if
we're
there were
not doing anything.
Yeah, I think
we're
if it
just
were
putting
somebody else sitting in our seats, we'd be just as excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
like just people wanting to know what the Bible has to say about marriage is amazing.
exciting.
Yes.
Yep, 100%. And so I'm excited to see the
Where
Lord
that goes.
continue to move this content where He wants it to be, and hopefully impact people's lives for good. And encourage them in their relationships. And man, I hope that the Lord creates just a huge revival in marriage and in family in this country, in the UK and Canada and India and all the other places that we get a lot of followers. And so we just continue
cool.
to pray for that. And I'm excited to see what the Lord does because it's Him doing it. We just sit down in front of a microphone and share what He's put on our heart
That's
with
cool.
regards to marriage. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That is my number 5.
Number 4.
Okay. My number 4 is what I'm always looking forward to every year. Summer.
Jeez. Man.
I am always looking forward to another summer. I get all my kids home without responsibility of school. I don't have to do homeschool. It's warm out. I love summer. Vacation. I mean, yeah, just all the things that summer is. I can't wait.
Man.
So that is one thing that I'm always like, ooh, can't wait for summer. Can't wait for summer.
That is predictable.
Yes, I know.
Would that be on this list every year, you think?
Every year, I'm always
it would
looking
be.
forward to summer.
Oh dear, it is January 7th today.
I know. I don't like the cold weather, and I like us being able to do what we feel like doing in the summer.
Okay. Well, great. That is not my number 4 because my life
You don't get a
tragically
summer.
does not change
I get a
much
summer.
in the summer. My number 4. Okay, so I have told my kids, and we've shared this on this podcast because, of course, my kids like to ask, as kids do, who's your favorite? And I always tell them, what do I tell them?
Whoever is the most obedient.
Whoever's being the most obedient
Right
at any
now.
given moment is my favorite child. And of course, I'm being funny, and they roll their eyes, and then they mostly continue to not be obedient. No, it's not true. They're pretty good. And I continue to not have a favorite, but I do think I have a favorite baby.
Oh.
And that baby is going to turn 1 year old this year, and I'm super excited to see Lila, our baby, turn 1, and not just turn 1, but kind of for me, the 6 month to 18 month, the 6 month to 2 year window is
Not your
pretty
favorite.
great. No, it is
Oh, I
like
thought
that's
it wasn't your
like where
favorite.
the 2 to 4 and a half is I can. They
I
go
always
to
thought it
boarding
was like
school
6
at that
months
point.
to 5 for you. That
No,
you
no.
didn't like.
No, I like, and for her, it's, like Jackson dealt with some colic and that made it difficult. Like we've had some babies that can struggle a little bit, in some areas, but I mean, she just
Oh,
is,
happy.
I mean, all the time.
Easygoing.
Like I need to be better about taking pictures and like, just very occasionally and putting them up so that you guys can have an idea, because she just, like, our 3-year-old carries her around like a sack of potatoes and she just has the biggest grin on her face all right through it, until she doesn't, and then she doesn't. But this next, with her turning 1 and then kind of moving into the crawling and walking and talking and all that, you really start to see who it is that God created this person to be at a more intimate level than you do in the 0 to 12 month
Sure.
stage. And I'm just really excited to begin to uncover who she is. And I love my boys desperately, but I love being a girl dad too. And I'm super excited to have a second go around at raising a little girl, even as we continue to raise our big girl.
Yep.
So my number 4 is watching Lila begin her first full year to her second full year of life.
Number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is actually something I'm excited for that has to do with you, and that's so Nathan and his dad have a business together, and his dad is retiring, so Nathan will start running the business, and he's been doing a lot this last year to 18 months to get ready for that. And so I'm excited to see you come into that role and run the business on your own, and make some changes that you are wanting to make and see how that goes. So I'm thrilled to just watch your journey with that.
That's fun. That's also my number 3.
Oh, fun.
It has been a long time coming for you and I don't mean that like my dad's been great. Like I don't mean it like, man, I was hoping he'd have gotten out earlier. I just mean we've been talking. I mean,
yeah.
we sat down with my parents
4 or 5 years
at a
ago.
Cheddar's.
Oh, that was in
2013. No, 2012. It was in 2012.
Yes.
And they approached us about moving over into business with them. The business was very young at that point, like a year old. I had a practice as an attorney, and it was really the first thing you and I ever really prayed about together, even at 8 years plus of marriage. And even in that moment, I think there was this like, well, we could take this over someday when they don't want to do it anymore. Even at that point, thinking that's probably 20 years away. And now here we are 14 years later, and it's becoming a reality, which is exciting. It's probably a little further down my list because it also is daunting. And, I think is going to have some, as owning any business does, have some aspects of it that take me away from, some of the freedoms and flexibilities that I've had the last 14 years, which I am not looking forward to. But all in all, I am looking forward to kind of seeing the fruition of this betting on ourselves.
Yep.
That we undertook over a decade ago. So that is my number three and your number three.
Yep.
Taking over the business.
Number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is vacations. I love vacations. We bought a new camper last year, one that fits all of us. The one we had previously was great. We used it not to sleep in, and somebody gave it to us, which was amazing. So we got one this last year because we realized we really love camping. So we have some really cool vacations set out, and then one with my family too that's not camping. So I'm always looking forward to a good vacation. Yeah, we've got a few really fun ones.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's great. So mine kind of ties into that a little bit, but it is also a little bit different. I'm looking forward to more boldly entering into kind of a new season for our family. Like, I feel like your and my mindset has always been like, okay, we're going to have kids and we're going to be doing the young kid thing, but we want to have a big family because we feel like that's what the Lord's called us to. And so we're in this like raising little kids phase of our life. And while we still have several little kids, there have been a number of times over the last couple of months where you specifically have said like, man, it feels different. Like, it feels like our focus isn't on little kids anymore. It's on, and I'm talking little, like they're not it's not like
not a gaggle of
a baby hanging off my hip, another one, like that I have to carry, or that,
really,
if
it weren't for Lila, our 7-month-old, we would be pretty much out of the raising little kids. Because our next youngest is turning 4 in a month.
Right. But I think that's the thing I'm looking forward to, because at least in her first year of life, she really just kind of goes along with whatever we're doing. And so it doesn't feel right. No kidding. It doesn't feel like little kids, and all my reproductive organs are getting old and crusty. So we're probably like moving out of that phase of having little kids and moving into kind of the maturing family phase. And definitely we're feeling that with Jackson and all the kind of adult things now he's involved in, or more adult things that he's involved in, and looking at his future and talking about those things with him, and girlfriends, and all the kind of just stuff that young men begin to transition into. And Ryan's beginning to think about what life looks like as a young woman, and it just feels like we're entering into a new and different, phase. And that's all, it goes into all the different phases of our lives. I mean, I think about camping and think, man, it feels like forever that our primary concern was like, okay, do we know where all the kids are?
Yeah.
Like right now.
Right.
But we took a couple of camping trips even last year where we went, do you know where the kids are? And I went, they all left together. They're around here somewhere. And you went, okay.
Okay.
And that was the end, because they kind of are hanging out together. They like to do their own thing. And we obviously we do stuff with them, but it has really struck me, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm certainly nostalgic. Like, there are sad emotional parts to that, because that's how time kind of is. But I am looking forward to, kind of moving out of the quote unquote baby family stage, or the growing family stage, into more of the discipling family stage. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's my number 2.
And finally, number 1.
Okay. Number 1. I know everyone's gonna roll their eyes at this, but truly, I'm looking forward to just more time with Nathan. I know that's ridiculous on a marriage podcast to say that, but It's true. I love our relationship. I love spending time with you. We never get enough time, but I'm looking
No.
forward to whatever time we can eke out of our lives to spend together and the dreaming together and just living life with you. And so that's my number one.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. So this is my number one. Do you see what it says? Tell them what it says.
It says Andrea and I.
Yeah, it sounds really cheesy. And you're right. There are probably all kinds of people thinking they've been had and this was planned from the beginning, but it really wasn't. Although I will say it should not be surprising. Like, I don't mind saying that on a marriage podcast. Like, if you're watching marriage podcasts and they're talking about things they're looking forward to and each other isn't towards the top, I would question that. And
or
again,
it could just be because
we
it's
didn't,
like, it's so cliche. I shouldn't have to say it. Maybe,
but it's real. I mean, I think that's the point. And man, if you didn't listen to our last couple of episodes celebrating our 20th anniversary, please go back and listen to those, because there's really no reason from the world standpoint where you and I should be able to say something like that in top things that we're looking forward to. But it really is true. Like, I love just sitting, folding laundry, talking to you about whatever. And it doesn't even have to be deep stuff. I mean, just hearing about your day, hearing about your thoughts with regards to the kids. I mean, hearing about these kinds of things and growing in intimacy with you is something that I love and something that I very much look forward to. Partly because at this point it's great because I know what will happen. Like, we've created rhythms in our lives that are going to lead to depth of relationship. And so it feels like every year we look at our marriage and we're like, man, feels like we really stepped it up this year.
Yeah.
And it's because we've created those disciplines, and I very much look forward to that.
Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, that was a fun crossover. So, any honorable mentions?
I don't have any honorable. No, the mentions. 5 were hard enough for me to come up with.
Okay. I will give my one honorable mention, and this is just a plug because I've never done it before. So this last December, I, along with my Bible study group, finished reading the Bible cover to cover for the 4th time. So that means we were ready to start in on it for the 5th time, and we decided to do reading through the Bible chronologically.
Oh, and how many years does it take? Like, takes you about
takes
3
us
years.
3 years.
Yep.
To go through the Bible in its entirety. Certainly could do it faster. There's tons of Bible in a year plans, but for purposes of depth during our actual Bible study time, that's too much for us to be able to cover. So we're covering about 7 to 8 chapters a week that we then, we've divided it up daily, and we've got a reading guide, which I'd certainly be happy to share. If anybody's interested in a good reading guide that's set out by day and month and all that, shoot me a email, marriagebydesignpodcast@gmail.com, and I can mail you one, or I can email you one, whichever you'd like. But I'm excited to read through it chronologically, because it's a fascinating way to go about reading the Bible. And so it, as best we can, that what I'm talking about is it goes through the books of the Bible, but it's not necessarily in the order that they're written. So if you don't know, the Bible's not organized chronologically. It's organized in a number of different ways, depending on the section of the book that you're in. There's the section of the Bible that you're in. For example, Paul's letters, the epistles, if you read them in the New Testament, they're organized longest to shortest, not chronologically. So if you're reading through his letters, you're not reading them in the order that he wrote them. So this reading plan reorganizes that. So it's kind of fun, because a number of the books in the Old Testament take place simultaneously. So like we might be reading a couple chapters of 1 Chronicles and then flip over to 1 Samuel. And then because it's talking about David, 1 or 2 Psalms are thrown in that he wrote in about that time of his life. And so it's going to be a really interesting way to read the Bible. I've never done it that way. And so I'm really interested in doing that. That is my honorable mention.
Fun.
Chronological Bible reading.
Yeah, I've never done it either.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So what are y'all looking forward to in 2026? Do you have things top of mind that you're wanting to grow in? Do you have things you're looking forward to? Do you have some vacations that you're really excited to be taking this coming year? We'd love to hear them. The community'd love to hear them. Put them in the comments down below. I would love to see what it is that you guys are looking forward to this coming year of 2026. So thank you very much for watching this video. We're always grateful and humbled by the community and the community environment we've created here, and that the Lord continues to cultivate within the MBD community. If you want to get a hold of us, you certainly can. marriagebydesignpodcast@gmail.com, or go through our website, marriagebydesignpodcast.com, and you can reach us there. Otherwise, until next time, guys, remember, God is for your marriage.